Let's show you a live look now of the Capitol Dome this morning. A little bit of a gray start to the day in the nation's capital. You've got three House committees set to hold what are called markups today on a budget reconciliation bill aimed at advancing President Trump's agenda. A newly released plan from House Republicans would slash spending by at least $880 billion, and much of those cuts would come from Medicaid. The plan would also add new eligibility requirements for the health care program. CBS News congressional correspondent Nikole Killion joins us now from Capitol Hill with more on this. Good morning to you, Nikole. What else is in this new plan and what's driving it?
Yeah, well, as we've been discussing for several months now, this is the president's so-called one big beautiful bill that really packages all of his legislative priorities into one. So it includes more funding, for instance, for the border, for energy, and also an extension of his tax cuts. But in order to pay for it, some of those savings have to come from other areas. And so that's why you are seeing, for instance, in the case of the Energy Commerce Committee, which will be marking up a bill, they have to slash upwards of $880 billion. And some of that, as you mentioned, might be coming from Medicaid. Now, under the proposal that was released by the committee, we know that it includes this new community engagement mechanism that would require some Medicaid recipients to work up to 80 hours per month or volunteer or attend school. Also, there is a provision in there, for instance, that would prohibit some funding to states, for instance, that pay for undocumented immigrants who may be on Medicaid. There are other changes to provider tax that has been part of the Medicaid program, which will kind of affect the funding there. So there are various proposals aimed at slashing this. Republicans insist that this really will not directly impact those who are on Medicaid in terms of, pregnant women, the elderly, people who rely on this, that this is not about trying to take away their benefits. However, many Democrats argue that these cuts would really be detrimental not only to recipients, but also to states, and could potentially lead to millions of people becoming uninsured.
And Nikole, this will hit low-income Americans in red and blue states. So I'm wondering how lawmakers on both sides of the aisle are reacting to these planned cuts to Medicaid.
Yeah, well, as I just mentioned, Republicans, their primary aim, they say, is really to reduce waste, fraud, and abuse, try to make the program more efficient, make sure people aren't getting over on the system. But again, many Democrats warn that these cuts could be catastrophic. In fact, the Congressional Budget Office did an analysis, and that is Frank Pallone there, the ranking member on the Energy and Commerce Committee, who, again, says the Democrats are going to try to fight to stop this bill. But obviously, it doesn't necessarily need Democratic votes to pass. This can be done single-handedly by Republicans, as is often the case with these budget bills. But as I mentioned, Congressional Budget Office analysis did find that potentially upwards of 8 million people could potentially become uninsured if this bill becomes law. So that's why Democrats are aimed at trying to stop it. Republicans obviously want to turbocharge the president's agenda, so they want to move forward with this as quickly as they can.
Will be impacting a lot of people. All right, Nikole Killion on Capitol Hill. Thank you.